right. Hello, Kinesiology 2400. My name is Greg Barmarito. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do an overhead squat today. An overhead squat is a really great movement for a lot of reasons. It helps with coordination, mobility. It's a really athletic movement that is not easily taught, and you won't see it in a lot of just regular gyms. So it is used in a lot of strength and conditioning circles and training regimens. But me being an Olympic weightlifter, the overhead squat is a staple and one of our main auxiliary movements in training. We do a lot of snatches, which is our single movement from ground to overhead, and you receive the bar overhead in a squat, which is the bottom of what we call an overhead squat. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to do an overhead squat. I'll start with a demonstration video, or I'll start with demonstrating it, and then I'll kind of break it down as I go. And so normally you'll be in a squat rack, but today I'm going to be lifting obviously here, so I'm just going to lift it up overhead. I'll do a muscle snatch. Boom. Cool. All right, so when we squat, feet are going to be outside of our, actually I'll just put down my house to things. So feet are going to be outside of our hips. Toes are going to be slightly pointed. When we are overhead, our arms are locked out, and we push up against the bar with our upper body. The weight is going to be kind of on top of our ears, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like right on top of our bones. So at the bottom of the squat, sometimes it really doesn't feel that heavy because it's really the bones that are kind of holding the weight. The muscles are kind of just there supporting. So you want to kind of stack it on top of your bones. In order to get to an overhead squat, say you're unracking it from the rack and you have to press it up or push press it up, you can do a dip and drive, dip, drive, overhead, or you can simply strict press it. Obviously, for the most part, you're gonna be push pressing up because it's a little easier. And so common mistakes are gonna be lack of depth, the position of the wrist, because you kind of want to have a straight wrist. You don't want the wrist to be too bent back. You want to make sure your elbows are really locked out. Let's see what else. Your chest will drop overhead, and you want to make sure your chest is up in that position. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to do a few reps from the front, and then I'll do a few reps on the side. Okay, so I'm going to push press it up. Make sure my feet are nice and outside. What else? Oh yeah, straight wrists. Pushing up against the bar. I take a nice breath. Come down nice and controlled, all the way down and up. So again. Okay, one more. Okay, and down. Okay, one thing I just realized I forgot to describe was where you put your hand position. So actually, I'll just show you right now. So you want your hands to kind of be in the hip crease of your hip. So so it's gonna be a wide grip for the overhead squat. So I'm almost at the ear to ear. I'm gonna put the bar down right. But yeah, so ear to ear almost for me. So everyone's gonna be different positions, depending on limb ratios. And so yeah, so let's see what's a good. It's great for novices, I believe. You just have to start obviously with lightweight, and make sure you have supervision, of course. But it translates to different sports and activities as well. So I highly recommend it if you haven't tried overhead squats. I'm gonna show you from the side angle now. So let's do one more. Okay. All right, so you'll see me right on top of my ears. Okay. Cool. So from that angle, you can see that you want to try to go, below parallel. Obviously, depends on mobility wise. You want to prevent injury, so you don't want to go too deep when you start. If you're in pain, always be aware of your pain threshold. If things hurt, maybe dial it back, change the depth, and just kind of work within ranges of motion that don't hurt. Okay, and yeah, that's all I got for you. So thanks a lot for watching.